Alright guys, welcome to the scheme of the week. This is a series we're going to be doing for hopefully for MaddenTips.com. It's kind of like Coffee with Cody, but it's a full scheme. It's going to be basically just expansion of the West Coast offense. And we're going to do it from every playbook. We're going to show you different ways to run different schemes based on the team and stuff like that. So today we're going to go over the San Francisco 49ers. I believe the last time we went over the Dallas Cowboys and some other, or actually the Chicago Bears, I believe, and the Ravens. So we're just going to get these settings set. We recover this account, and I think when you recover an account, you have to reset your settings or something. I'm not sure, but we're going to go and get this set up and be a lot more mellow as it's a little late. I want to get this uploaded and get it out there for first thing tomorrow morning. So this is for the San Francisco 49ers, and we're going to run this offense similar to the way the Oregon Ducks run their offense. It's going to be heavy run, and it's going to be fast pace. And what better of a playbook for a no huddle running style spread offense than Carolina? You guys call it glitchy, you can call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, the plays are in the game. We're going to use them, and it's not because it's glitchy. I will tell you that right now. And we're going to talk about the 4-6. Well, yeah, we'll talk about the 4-6 defense with you guys today. This is kind of the defense I'm considering changing to. I've always loved the 46, loved the theory behind it, and it's just a phenomenal formation. So I think all of our audibles are going to be from split offset. It's going to be similar to the way we run West Coast, where we run basically two formations. I think that's kind of the way to go. Come out in the base and then get down into another set, and you all have one of that set. Have about 5 to 10 plays you can run from there. And guys, this is we're going to run 75,000 different ways. I've labbed this offense for about a week and a half, on and off, and really hardcore today. Tried to run games, left and right, and so the key to this offense is the big playability of the running backs and the people we're going to put in the backfield. We're going to show you how to do it, but we're gonna break that down for you in a second here. We're just going to go over audibles right now. As far as you can. I'm actually going to put an audible from one of my spread sets in there so I can have it, so when I want to run no huddle, I can stay in no huddle. And this is going to be a little longer, guys, because well, we could do it in a playlist for you guys, but I'm going to try and get it all. I'm going to try to get the foundation of it all in one video and then go into another video. So that's the plan. As far as the kind of basics, basically, it's very smooth, and you just want to read the defense and try and take the advantage. And we're going to talk a little bit today about inside, and this is going to be kind of like the promo, or not promo, but like intro to it. And we're going to teach you the concepts behind the read option and the concepts behind the no huddle offense, and what Oregon is very quietly doing over there, and maybe one of the best offenses in the history of the football of the game of football. It's a bold statement, but you can't argue with their results, and they've gotten results to prove it. So I'm just kind of this is kind of an optional audible slot, and depending on what base formation you come out in, you can come out in really any formation you want. I'm gonna put the I think I'm gonna put this play action read play in there. Play action is very important in the scheme as well. And then you could also put, I know Gibbs likes single back tight slots, drag cross ups. Now, we're not going to be doing that simply because I don't think that fits the mold of the scheme. But it is a very solid play, so you guys can take a look at that. Obviously, you have your shot or your single back ace. You can get down into that. You got the give me a sprint. Yeah, you have the sprint. There's a lot of things you can do with this playbook. We don't have time to get into every kind of variation you can run out of this. I might do a separate scheme, and we may come back to this playbook based off the scheme that I want to run with a different team. So, also, guys, strong close is still effective, and I'm telling you right now, the halfback dive from strong close last night, it was almost impossible for me to stop. So you might want to take a little look back into the strong close if you guys have kind of forgotten about it. Uh, and actually, I just remembered my play. We want to come out in this Panther Y seam every play, so we're going to actually get this read option from the spread, and that way we can run read option. And take a look at this real quick, guys. Actually, we'll show you. We'll show you in practice mode. Never mind. We'll show you in practice mode. Now let's talk about the defensive audibles real quick. And the theory behind this defense is we can really run our whole defense based off our quick audibles. And this is again going to be one of those schemes where you could basically stay in your base play all game. I know I gave out the stink pinch scheme last week, and this week we're going to give out uh, the bear under, uh, scheme, and kind of what makes it so effective, and in this the way you can set it up. And then maybe next week we'll do 4-3 stack, and we'll just kind of progress. But what I want to talk, actually no, we won't do bear under. We'll do big nickel. Yeah, we'll do big nickel because bear under, a lot of people have videos out on that. So if you guys want bear under, I would talk with Gibbs, of course. Maybe if you guys know Problem, I know he kind of was kind of the the head of the snake on that bear under this year. So you may give him a holler. Just talk to a lot of people run that scheme. So you can just hit them up for setups, and hopefully they'll give them to you because everybody knows pretty much what you're doing. But here's the thing, guys. When you have an A gap pressure, a B gap pressure, and a left and right edge pressure, it's very difficult to predict all that. So if you can make your defense look the same, it doesn't matter if they know that 4-6 bear under cover 3 A gap is a setup, and then you can also, it doesn't matter if they know the plays you're running. If you mix the plays up, they're going to have to overplay something. And that's the theory behind schemes, guys, and that's what actually makes, money plays versus schemes. And money plays is what's going to win you ball games. So right now we're just kind of thinking here through this what we want as our third audible slot. Is if we want to run an entire 3-3-5 defense. And your blitz audible down is this middle plug. I think the man audible is the cover 2 man. So we're going to go with this all-out blitz. I'm going to show you guys a little way I like to run it to kind of give it a little bit better coverage. And if you notice on every one of these plays, it's similar to the stink pinch scheme in that these deep blue zones are very effective in the way they slant in. So, we're going to run through that with you guys. Let's try and get a little better camera angle for you. I hope we can maybe get an HD for Christmas is what I'm actually looking at. Maybe get it with a Black Friday deal or something. I am looking at it maybe getting a 40-inch TV. I know there's a Thanksgiving deal where you get 40-inch TV for $108, and that would be pretty sweet. So there's the audibles, guys, and a little bit of an intro into the 4-6 defense for sure. And now let's hop into practice mode here. I do have my second controller, so if I can find it, we're gonna, yeah, here it is. Okay. Now, what I want to talk to you guys a little bit about with the scheme here that we're going to be running. Offensively, I think this is the best way to use San Fran. I know Gibbs, he may be more of a pass happy guy with these guys. I'm not sure how he would use them, but I don't think pass happy is the way to go with San Fran, and the reason being is because you're not taking advantage of your personnel, and I just think that's a mistake. If you want to try and go 5 wide with these guys, I really encourage you guys to only go 5 wide personally with a team like Green Bay, a team like maybe New York, just teams that really don't have a running game or do have 5 solid receivers with a quarterback, guys. And we're going to show you why, but this is a good example. You can have the best 5 receivers in the league, but if you don't have a quarterback to get them the ball, it's not going to matter. Take a look at Larry Fitzgerald, the Cardinals. When I do the Cardinals, guys, we're not going to be throwing the ball very much. I guarantee you that. It may even just be the West Coast offense. So first, we're going to talk about defense here, and we don't really blitz a lot. We kind of let the plays do what they do. similar to the sting pinch setup. Um, you kind of just let it do what it's going to do. Um, our base play is going to be this cover one, simply because you have the outside manned up, have good inside coverage from this middle backer. You're not going to get beat deep because Golston can move. And if you guys look at this, we're actually going to do a depth chart real quick. We forgot to do that for you guys. Okay, here's a depth chart, suggested depth chart for the 49ers. This is the team I would suggest using this scheme. So we got Colin Kaepernick at quarterback. The reason being, guys, is none other than this right here. The explosiveness he's going to provide at quarterback with the offense we're going to be trying to run with this guy, and the elusiveness and the ball carry vision, all that. And guys, if I would do something with him, it would be a juke. I wouldn't do. I would maybe do a spin, but look at his juke move. So if you're going to try and make a move on somebody, don't try to truck him. Just juke. Okay. Now, running back, this is the man of the hour, the man who ran this scheme at Oregon to perfection, one of the best running backs in the history of the National Football League, or college football, LaMichael James. And the reason we put him in there over Gore is simply because we want that explosion inside. We want to be able to, smack into the hole and maybe get, maybe get 2 yards, but eventually you may get 20 yards, and just the speed burst that you're going to get going in there. And that's the theory behind that. Now, once you get down in the red zone, I would definitely recommend putting Frank Gore in. And also when you want to close games, because if you take a look at something, this is one thing you have to watch out for, is the carrying of Michael James is not very good. But the carrying of Frank Gore is pretty solid, so you need to watch out for that. Now we're going to be coming out in a 3 wide receiver set with a tight end. So the third wide receiver is going to go to the fullback position. So we're going to make that Ted Ginn. That way we now have 97 speed in the backfield with the agility and the ball carry vision. We're going to be able to make explosive plays happen. Crabtree ran a spread offense at Texas Tech. We're going to let him do his thing. And Randy Moss, you can't sit this guy on the bench. 94 speed. I know his acceleration is not the highest, but take a look at his spectacular catch. I believe it's 97 overall, or 97 spectacular catch. He's going to be able to go up and make plays. However, guys, if you do want a little bit more of a consistent kind of like a Wes Welker type of player, I would suggest putting in Mario Manningham. The man has great route running and pretty decent catching traffic, so I would look at doing that. Tight end is none other than this man right here, the guy who, in my opinion, is the most physically athletic tight end in the league. Jimmy Graham may be taller and can jump higher, but he is not faster. And when we take a look at Vernon Davis overall, might be the best overall tight end of all time, in my opinion, if he keeps progressing. Left tackles, we basically just run the linemen with the best overall that we can get in there. So Staley is very good. I'm actually going to make a little change here. I'm going to put Staley at the guard because of his mobility. I'm going to put Ayupati here for his pancaking ability. So whenever we run a pulling play with our guards are going to be able to get in and out of their spots. And the same thing here. We're going to put Leonard Davis at center because he's going to be able to explode off the ball. And then we're going to look at probably putting Mr. Goodwin, Jonathan Goodwin here, because of that agility is a little higher than Davis's. Actually, no, it's not. We need Anthony. Yeah, it's higher than Leonard Davis though. Speed, similar. Maybe Looney. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like this. So we're gonna put Jonathan Goodwin here. We're gonna put Anthony Davis here because of his strength. We're not gonna put him at guard because we can't put Goodwin out there to roast. Now defensively, we're running a 3-3-5 formation here, so we're going to have 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. Your 5th defensive back is going to be your second string strong safety, so do keep that in mind. And on most of our plays, he's going to be blitzing, so he does not need to be able to cover well. But sometimes on some man plays, he will be required to cover, probably a running back. So that is something you need to take into consideration when setting up your depth chart. As far as backups go, we're going to go for Ray McDonald, and believe we want to go with Mr. Darius Fleming here. Simply because they're good all-around players, they're not going to make many mistakes, and this scheme is perfect for a team with decent to above average personnel because they don't make mistakes. We put Perales Harrelson at the end there. We're going to look at putting Justin Smith at the number 1 defensive tackle because of the explosiveness he's going to provide off the ball. As far as the left outside linebacker goes, in my opinion, we're going to put Navarro Bowman there because we're not going to be using a second string middle linebacker. Your backups, you can do it in any order. I prefer Tavares Gooden and Darius Fleming because of their athleticism, and they basically don't do anything horrible, and they do everything kind of well. Clark Hagens is a very good overall kind of guy. If you're looking for more of a run-of-the-mill kind of guy who can step in and do a little bit of everything, maybe take a look at him. But I do think strength is valuable in this game, which is one reason Tavares could be not a great choice, where Clark Hagens, very decent strength. So do take that in consideration. As far as the right outside linebacker goes, we're going to leave Aldon Smith there, mainly because whenever we run coverage D, we do have a coverage D setup, and we're going to do a lot from this cover 3 setup we're going to show you. I believe Zan posted kind of the coverage video we're going to kind of do, and we will run some of that, guys. And the reason we will run some of that is because it's effective. It's not because I'm trying to steal Zan's material. I do have my own personal way to run that, but I saw that, and it's a very good wrinkle into the scheme, and we're going to implement it. It's nothing against Zan at all. I hope he understands, but you put a video out there, you make something that is very sound fundamentally, and people are going to utilize it, and we're going to do that here, not because we dislike Zan, but in my opinion because we respect his football knowledge, and we're going to try and implement some of his stuff in here to make it even more better than it already is. So we're going to put Ahmad Brooks at the other end. And the reason we put, a little bit less explosive guys at end, more kind of run block, kind of hybrid linebackers, not really pass rushers, simply because they're not going to be good after the passer. They're more there for the running game and for the dropping into coverage. So there's the purpose behind that. Now, as far as your corners and secondary go, I have actually done a great deal of debate between Terrell Brown, potentially putting Culver at safety, actually potentially putting Rogers at safety, and actually here's why we're going to do this, and this is simply because of scheme purposes. You see, we have zone coverage of 94 from Rogers, and we have 86 zone coverage from Brown. Okay, in our base play, we need someone with good zone coverage who can run, who can move at the free safety position. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put Chris Colbert second corner. Okay, your backups, in my opinion, should be this. Actually, I would put Cox there and Robinson. Now, at free safety position, this guy's going to be back a little bit. He's going to be at the top of the defense. I believe that nobody is better suited for that than Deshaun Goldson. However, guys, we do need to remember that there are other pieces of our defense that are going to be vulnerable. So we need to make it the best overall. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Dante Whitner at the second string, strong safety. We're going to put Golston here. And we're going to put Mr. Terrell Brown at the free safety so that he's at the top. He doesn't have to engage any linemen. He's more of a safe kind of position. And he's going to be able to use his, we're going to be able to use his 65 catch, his 88 jumping, his lack of tackling, which will not be that big of a deal because we're not asking him to make a whole lot of plays in the running game. And we're going to use his 86 zone coverage to be able to lock up this zone that we're going to run. And we don't have to worry about the lack of press coverage. So there's your 49ers depth chart. And we're going to come back with part 2 discussing the defense, guys. Thanks for checking out part 1.